Good morning, MartiManiacs. Very early today. It's 11 a.m. on a special Hurricane Isaac edition of MartiMania. That's why I'm shooting it now because we'll probably be without electricity for the next couple days. For those of you who don't know, I live in Louisiana, so we're very hurricane prone. This isn't the first time this has happened, so we're shooting it now before I start packing and leaving because the storm looks like it's going to be pretty bad. So anyway, digress. Welcome to this week's MartiMania. What's up? I'd like to take this time to also announce that in the near future, I'm not sure exactly when, but in the near future, we will be totally revamping MartiMania. It'll be set up differently. We're going to be moving to a new house, so the famous red wall with the picture of a flower here, it's not going to be there anymore. It's going to be totally different. We're revamping the look of the Twitter page, the YouTube page. Everything is going to be a little bit elevated. I'm trying to make this like a real thing. Like I want people to know MartiMania. So that's what we're doing. So the merch for this week is probably the most important merch I've ever featured on the show. The merch this week, hats are nice, shirts are nice, signs are nice, souvenirs are nice, but if you don't have this, then you cannot say you're a WWE fan. You can say it, that's fine. I understand people can't get there and so on and so forth, but this, until you do this, you don't have the full experience. So this is this week's merch. It's all of my ticket stubs, okay? These are some of them. That's the paper ones, which I don't do printouts unless it's dire emergency. These here. I know it might not look like a lot in my hand, but when you fan them out like this, these are ticket stubs. Things. Do you know what they call these? I cannot remember what they call them at Ticketmaster. You remember what they call these things? They have a name for them. What?
Printable tickets?
It's not called printable tickets. They have, anyway, I don't remember what it's called, but no, it's not called Ticket Now. I forgot what it's called and I can't see it on here, but these are the printout ones that you print out for $2. Ticket Fast, I think is what it's called. Some more. You can see all the different kinds of tickets because I've been to so many different arenas. Toyota Center, love y'all. AT&T Center for the Royal Rumble is one. That's all the paper. That's all the actual ticket stubs. God, look at that. It's like a bunch of tickets. The two at the top are probably the most important.
Oh.
This.
I was going to ask you to use that.
Hall of Fame tickets from 2009 at the Toyota Center. These, for those of you who don't know, that's not a regular ticket stub. It's I forgot what it's called, but it's a different kind of ticket stub. You only get it. It's a special thing, whatever. So that's from the Hall of Fame when I saw Stone Cold Steve Austin get inducted. Unfortunately, I can't find my fan access ticket.
The Dragon Steamboat.
And Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Huh. Unfortunately, I can't find my fan access tickets. I have no idea where they are. And I was going to say, this is not all of the tickets either. That's just the ones I could find. I have a lot more. I just don't know where they are. Between traveling and going to shows and stuff,
why are you itching?
I lose them. And then this one is probably my favorite ticket stub. I don't know if y'all can read it, but it says WrestleMania. Yeah. Crap was awesome. I sat in a riser, apparently. It was $155 to sit there. The admission code says Mania.
No, it's probably times 2.
It was so freaking cool. It was awesome. It was like the time of my life. It was so fun. It was the first Shawn Michaels and Undertaker match, which was the best one in my opinion. I don't think any of the rest. None of the rest. It wasn't good. They tried to catch, and the WWE always screws that up. They do something good once, and they run into the ground and tell us like, okay, it's good the first time. Now go ahead and retire, Shawn Michaels, because this crap is stupid. So that's the merch for this week, which is awesome. I should have different merch by soon. In the process of revamping MartiMania, like I talked about earlier. I may change the name of you guys that watch it from MartiManiacs to No, I was gonna say Marty Party. It just sounds cool, but now that I said it, it sounds dumb. So I'll just keep y'all being Marty Maniac since the name of the show is Marty Mania. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the shows. SummerSlam just passed. I did not give two craps about it. I don't know if anybody did. How'd you feel about SummerSlam, Ariel?
Anything Triple H and Brock Lesnar.
How did you feel about SummerSlam, Ariel? That was her response. Yeah, no, Triple H and Brock Lesnar absolutely did not deserve to be in the main event. Entirely did not deserve to be in the main event. That came from left field. I was surprised. I didn't bother ordering it, but
CM Punk versus The Big Show versus John Cena would have been good if The Big Show wasn't in it.
She said CM Punk versus The Big Show versus John Cena would have been a good match if The Big Show wasn't in it. I don't even know why he was in it. It's
That
like,
was so
I don't know what kind of contract The Big Show has where he's just like, I just want to be in every match that has nothing to do with me. Next thing you know, he's going to be in a triple threat with Caitlyn and Layla for the Divas title, which honestly might be better than watching Caitlyn wrestle. I hate that girl so much. Anyway, side note on that one. Let's see, what else? What else happened at SummerSlam? Triple H managed to make it all about himself by bringing him and Brock Lesnar to the main event with absolutely no title on the line, no nothing. Just, I feel like wrestling, and I paid Brock Lesnar money to wrestle, so I'll wrestle him. I don't know, it was dumb. Alberto Del Rio once again did not get the World Heavyweight Championship from Sheamus.
That's really stupid.
I don't know what Alberto did or who he did it to, but somebody in that company hates that man. I don't know who.
That's
Alberto Del Rio is.
But I'm dating them.
I've said it 100 times. I'm gonna go ahead and say it again, so you can listen or not. I don't care. But Alberto Del Rio is the most talented wrestler on the WWE roster. He is so. If you just watch his matches, like take all the other stuff out of it, but if you just watch his matches, the stuff that guy can do at his size is amazing. He's so good. Anyway, so that's my Alberto Del Rio love. There was a match. Santino Marella lost to Antonio Cesaro in the pre-show or whatever. That's free because they know no one's gonna pay for that crap. He lost. I don't know how that happened where Antonio Cesaro even was able to fight for that belt or whatever. I don't know. That was stupid. Drew McIntyre's still there, so maybe we should put that belt on him and stop wasting our time with in English, in French, in Italian. I don't need to hear this fool talk in 5 different languages. I don't want to hear him speak one language, so I don't need to hear him talk all the rest of them. It's just stupid. What else happened at SummerSlam? Oh, Jericho and Ziggler, the match I had been waiting to see, which was actually, to me, the only match that was worth anything in that night. But from what I hear, it was a good match. I didn't see it because, like I said, I was not wasting my money on SummerSlam. Sorry, WWE, but it wasn't happening for me. It just simply was not. Am I missing any matches from SummerSlam? Dolph Ziggler and Chris Jericho. If I'm missing any, it wasn't important enough to talk about anyway. So that happened. The following Monday, which was now a week ago. Yeah, because last night was Monday Night Raw. The Monday Night Raw before that, Dolph Ziggler fought Chris Jericho again, and Chris Jericho somewhere in the sofa area. Oh, look, it's right down the table. Dolph Ziggler and Chris Jericho was a contract versus contract match. Money in the Bank contract versus Chris Jericho's WWE contract. And I complain about Twitter all the time and about dirt sheet readers and all that, but as soon as they announced the match, my timeline filled up with, oh, you know Chris Jericho's going on tour. Oh, you know Chris Jericho's going to blah, blah, blah. It was a good match, and I don't think people enjoyed it to the amount they should have. They put too... why people can't just watch the show is beyond my comprehension. I just like to sit and watch the show. Enjoy the match, bell to bell, be done with it. It's a lot easier when you're not trying to figure out, oh, he got this push because he's friends with Triple H. Oh, she got this because she's dating so-and-so. Like... Wrestling is meant to be watched, not talked. We can talk about it here in this kind of thing where I'm talking to you. That's fine. But just, not during the show especially. I hate that. I hate that crap. That is probably my biggest pet peeve That former wrestlers tweeting, what?
At shows when they like do the.
Yes, I hate that. Like when I'm sitting at a show and the guy next to me he's like, hey, you know, CM Punk's real name is Phil. Sir, you're 40 years old wearing a John Cena shirt. Shut the F up and watch the match. Be quiet. Be quiet. I paid how much? And now, I don't know if y'all have gone to the show recently. It's like $100 damn to sit on the floor now. Do not waste my $100 talking about how, I don't know, Sheamus is friends with Triple H. That's why he has the belt. Sir, you know nothing. You know nothing about anything. I had to show you where your seats are. So, shut the hell up.
Hey,
What? You got something to add?
No, it's about the hurricane.
Oh, she's talking about the hurricane. Remember I was talking about the hurricane earlier? That's all everybody around here is talking about right now.
In 3 hours, the end is going to hit us. It's going to start to hit us.
So as soon as I'm finished this, we probably need to pack then.
Yes.
That being said,
I would,
okay.
Yes.
In 3 hours, we're going to start to feel the effects of hurricane, tropical storm, whatever, Isaac, I'm sorry. And,
When you finish, I'm going to call Chris and see if they do it.
so, whatever. I don't know. But anyway, so that happened. So let's jump to this week because I forgot what happened on SmackDown the week before. I really didn't care that much. Last night was a good Raw. I enjoyed Raw. From the beginning to the end, it was a good... I didn't even notice it was 3 hours like I usually do. Around, like, the first hour and a half, I'm like, okay, so 3 hours is going to kill me. But it wasn't bad this week. Last week, Caitlyn's dumbass qualified to be the number one contender to the Divas Championship.
It's a hurricane.
Yeah, so I had to deal with her big bovine ass again for a little while. I can't, Caitlyn just... A lot of people don't like Kelly Kelly. A lot of people don't like the pretty divas. A lot of people say they can't wrestle. Well, Caitlyn's not pretty, and she's not skinny, and she's not a model. She is a slab of ham, and I don't understand how she still can't wrestle. I don't know what Caitlyn's deal is. I like her hair. I will give her that. Her hair is nice. But this is for a Vidal Sassoon commercial. This is not for professional wrestling. It is not for the WWE. I can't deal with AJ's pantsuits. She looks like she's leaving a retirement home. I don't get what her outfit is, what her look is. I guess she's still different. So that includes dressing like Mae Young at some point, I guess. I don't know. But the Divas are getting more time now. But if dealing with Caitlyn is the sacrifice I have to make, I'd rather them just not have matches. Sorry, but I love Layla. Layla's awesome. Her and Natalya had a match last night, which was cool. Because, that's Natalya. Neff said Natalya. Yeah, so that happened. The match went longer than I thought it was going to. I'll say that. The match did go longer than I thought it was going to go. But I don't remember if it was a good match or a bad match, really. And then Dolph Ziggler came out. Oh, it was funny. Okay, he did the whole Chris Jericho entrance. He turned the lights off. And then his music started playing. And I said on Twitter, I was like, man, I would have been so freaking pissed if I was in that arena last night. I'd have been so mad because, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You don't F around with Chris Jericho's entrance. You turn them lights off, Chris Jericho ass better show up. That would have made me so mad. And of course, once again, everybody on Twitter was like, oh, I really thought Chris Jericho was coming out. I forgot he's on tour. Then go see him in a concert if you want to see him that bad. Stop. Just stop, please. Ryback fought, oh, crap, who did he fight? Was it Jack Swagger? Did that happen last night? Ryback and Jack Swagger? I think that's who he fought. Once again, I didn't care about it, so moving on. Tag teams last night were on point. I don't know who did the scheduling, but both tag team matches were really, really good. It's funny because neither one of them actually included a true tag team. It was just like, take this guy, put them in a match. It was, the one I really enjoyed was Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow, which was like a dream team to me. I was very excited to see them. Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes fought some good people, some good guys, but I can't remember which good guys. Did you see that match, Ariel? Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes fought, Brodus Clay and Sin Cara, which After the match, of course, Brodus and Sin Cara won, whatever. They did a little thing where they brought the kids in and they danced or whatever, and it was like, I've never seen so many, no offense to y'all, I've never seen so many non-white people, so many minorities. I've never seen so many of them dance with so little rhythm. There was like 3 drops of rhythm in that whole ring. And Naomi and she don't deserve a name anyway. The other girl, they had most of the rhythm, and then poor Sin Cara and Brodus Clay and those poor children would try to dance. It was so bad, but whatever. So that went down. John Cena didn't have a match last night. Has anyone noticed how bright his shirts are? John Cena has the brightest damn shirts I've ever seen. It looks like he has a light in his body, which he may. I don't know. He might as well. It's like he has an iridescent light in his body, in his pectoral muscles. And his shirts are like glowing. They are so freaking bright. So he was there talking to Jerry the King Lawler. It's time, Jerry. Hang it up. Let it go. Sit down at that booth and just talk. There's no reason. Jerry the King Lawler fought CM Punk in a steel cage match, which I don't know if the steel cage match was to contain them or so each of them had something to lean on when they got tired, because CM Punk started bleeding. I don't even know how. Nobody hit him. It's like he walked out bleeding. I don't know what happened to him, but whatever. He was bleeding. And even though he's so hardcore and he's so the best in the world, he always freaks out when he bleeds, and I don't know why. And I know people are gonna say, "Oh, the PG is because he's scared of no." CM Punk was always like that. If he bleeds, if he feels like sweat rolling down his head, he'll be like, "Yeah, I might be bleeding." Like it's still I don't. You came from ECW, and before that, you were in freaking ROH, and apparently the internet says it's pretty damn awesome. So I'm sure you bled at some point. Yeah. And then he keeps checking it over and over again. If you're bleeding, unless you magically stitch yourself back up, you're gonna keep bleeding until someone closes the wound. He's rolling over. He's like, "Yeah, my tape." Yeah. And then he kept doing it over and over again, which is fine because I'm sure Jerry the King Lawler would have bled too if he had any blood left in him, and I don't think he does. So Jerry the King Lawler had his match. It was really bad. It was.
No, I don't want to laugh at this. I feel bad for $100 worth of gas to get it.
That happened. John Cena lost at SummerSlam, by the way. Once again, for those people that say Cena always wins, he lost again. You know we need to put that always wins tag on now? CM Punk. There's no reason for it. No reason for it at all. AJ came out last night and announced that John Cena was gonna face CM Punk at Night of Vengeance. And she takes this long pause. She goes, "An opponent of my choosing."
Like, no crap, Sherlock.
She did her little look around thing. I thought she was gonna throw up. She looked like she was really sick. She was like, "An opponent of my choosing."
Yeah, like, what is that crazy ass biatch?
She's like, then she looked at the Tron like she was expecting his music to hit. She goes,
like,
"Of my choosing." Oh,
like,
yeah.
she's not
John Cena. And I'm looking like, wait, didn't we just establish this last week? I didn't know this was an announcement.
Mental problem.
I thought that was what it was. Speaking of mental problems, now that she said that, the anger management crap last night was so funny. As they kept talking about it, I was like, this is going to be so damn dumb when they start showing this. It was so freaking funny, especially Kane. I literally laughed out loud. I don't do that very often unless someone falls or botches their promos. But I laughed out loud at that crap. That crap with Kane was so funny. I then later found out my dad was Paul Bearer, who I later locked in a meat freezer. It was just stupid.
And the way Kane voices is even funnier.
It was so fun. It was hilarious. So anyway, trying to remember what else happened. Jerry the King Lawler and CM Punk had their little match. CM Punk goes under the ring and gets a chain and a lock and locks the steel cage, and then he did some kind of, I don't know, S&M hold to Jerry the King Lawler and forced him to apologize. And Jerry the King Lawler said, hell no, and then proceeded to get his ass whooped. And then finally, John Cena showed up to help somebody, which he didn't really know what to do. So his version of help was standing outside the steel cage watching Jerry Lawler get his ass beat. It's so funny because when they beat someone in the backstage area where everyone could get to them, John Cena doesn't come out. He waited until they locked this dude in a steel cage to come out and be like, pick up the cage, pick up the cage. And nobody, I don't know how that sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's not what I meant to do. He was standing outside and he's like, pick up the cage, but no one was moving, including Jerry the King Lawler. And then they finally picked it up. Oh, speaking of which, I'm sorry, I keep digressing because I keep remembering things as I'm talking. Did anyone notice that in the middle of the match, CM Punk started to sing? Were you watching? No, you had left. In the middle of the match with Jerry the King Lawler in the steel cage last night, CM Punk started singing. He just started singing because I was like, is something wrong with me that that this is happening, or is this actually happening, or something like, am I tripping? No, he was singing. I don't know if it had something to do with his little speech he made earlier. I don't know. It was weird. It freaked me out a little bit. So that happened. I should mention that the week before, CM Punk kicked Jerry the King Lawler in the back of the head after cutting a really dumb promo with John Cena. So they had a match, whatever, that happened. Jerry the King Lawler, speaking of which, when he announced his match with CM Punk, he stood on top of the broadcast table like Daniel Bryan used to do. And I just kept waiting for him to fall because it would have been totally different. I think he'd have just shattered when he hit the ground like some glass. So, that happened. There was a match between Daniel Bryan and no, Daniel Bryan fought somebody. I'm not even getting into that. Whatever, that happened. It was Alberto Del Rio and Dolph Ziggler, another Dream Team match. That is a good team to put together. Alberto Del Rio and Dolph Ziggler, both super duper talented. So they had a match against Sheamus and oh God, Randy Orton. I can't. I understand. I said on Twitter last night, if you ever was standing with a bunch of friends and somebody told a joke that you absolutely did not get and everybody else laughed and you're just standing there like, what am I not getting? I feel that way every time Randy Orton walks out and the crowd cheers. I'm always just sitting there like, what am I not seeing that everyone else is seeing? That I don't get it. Randy Orton is so overrated. It's ridiculous. I don't even know what, and it's, my name is Randy Orton. We all freaking know. Oh my God, you've been there like 1,000 years.
This week, then he goes, my name is. He just started talking about something else.
Oh, he didn't say Randy Orton?
No. It was the worst promo ever. I don't know if it was SmackDown, because I don't know if they were cutting splices. Oh my God, that's what
I have to say too, people are like Randy Orton is the best of the best of the best, sir, and he's not. He is a terrible promo cutter. Those people who say they don't care as long as you have the look and you can talk, you don't have to be the greatest in-ring competitor or whatever, because the WWE just worries about people who can talk. Randy Orton gets pushed over and over again, even though he gets suspended constantly or injured constantly. I mean, this guy is, it's ridiculous, but he is horrible on the microphone, which is like, he doesn't have to even talk, because the fans are already into it. They don't care. But when you really listen to what he says, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't say a damn thing. All he says is, my name is Randy Orton. And sometimes I think he forgets his name. He's like, my name is... Randy Orton. It's like he's so... I just don't get it. So anyway, enough about that. On SmackDown this week, though, Randy Orton tapped out to Alberto Del Rio, and no one had a problem with it. Okay. Nobody had an issue with the fact that Randy Orton tapped out. Which is funny because he was so weak, he had to tap out because he was just Alberto was beating the piss out of him so bad, which Alberto Del Rio, once again, best wrestler on the roster, beat the hell out of Randy Orton. And he was just so weak he had to tap. Oh my God, I'm so hurt. And then Dolph Ziggler comes out to cash in Money in the Bank on Sheamus, which, God, please do it, because I'm so freaking sick of Sheamus winning all the time. And I like Sheamus, but God damn. Him and CM Punk, they must have put their coins in the same wishing well or something. And they must have made the same wish to never, ever lose a match and have titles that they don't deserve. Because Sheamus and CM Punk have been champions forever. And it feels like forever. God damn it to hell. Somebody take the title off these dudes. That was the good thing about Money in the Bank. I don't know what happened with John Cena's Money in the Bank, that he wasted it or lost it or whatever. I don't know. But come on, somebody please, Jesus Lord, somebody do this, please. So anyway, he's gonna cash in on Sheamus, and then Randy Orton pops up out of the blue. No, please, by all means. He pops up and he RKO'd Dolph Ziggler, and then he's dancing around, smiling, doing his pose. Where the hell was that energy when you just tapped out, you dumbass?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you just lost. What are you celebrating for? But once again, even though he tapped out, didn't win a goddamn thing, SmackDown ended like this. Again, he didn't even do anything. He doesn't have a belt. He just came back from a suspension. I'm sure we're about 2 weeks out for an injury. His next injury is overdue already. He's been there a whole week. I mean, it's like, it's so stupid. Are you kidding me? And then, I don't know, I think Caitlyn was there at SmackDown. I don't know.
She was.
Layla had a match, though, didn't she? Oh, Eve fought,
No. Eve didn't have a match. She went up after the end and held up.
Oh, yeah, she picked up their arms. Eve held up Layla's arms, and who was the other one? Caitlyn? Because Caitlyn was sitting at commentary.
Oh, my God, it was terrible.
Another thing she cannot do. She would...
I thought she'd do a little bit better.
They'd say something like, they'd be like, how do you feel about that chokehold, Caitlyn? And she'd be like, I thought it was really good. And then they start talking about something else, and then she would go back. She'd be like, yeah, so how about why don't you tell Layla how to apply a chokehold? And the commentators were like, they were like, what? Which makes me push again. I would like to be the first ever female commentator in the WWE. I will not be an idiot like Caitlyn. I promise you guys that. I will speak clearly, unlike Booker T. You will know everything I'm saying. The only thing... You don't like Booker T as the GM? Well, let's talk about that. Booker T, as Alberto Del Rio says.
Freaking out over everything.
He does freak out over everything. I don't know if anyone watches his regular show as religiously as I do. But Booker T is Benson. Like, everything is like, oh my God!
What's going on? Oh, now you want to come by me.
Don't kiss him, he just licked my feet. It was just like, I mean, come on, Booker. Anyway, I don't mind Booker T as the GM. I don't mind AJ as the GM. As long as she stays out of the ring. I could deal with Booker T being back in the ring. I can't deal with AJ being back in the ring. Although she beat the hell out of Vicky last night, which was hilarious. I was with the hurricane and everything. I was at my mom's house last night planning out how we're going to do things while I was watching Raw, and she couldn't stop laughing at how AJ just beat the hell out of Vicky. She was like, they just slapped this hole across her face right now. I don't know. What else happened on SmackDown? I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I need to talk about on SmackDown. No. In Raw, Triple H came out and Triple H is so freaking over the top. I think Triple H is worse than Vince McMahon. Because Vince, at least, when he had a match, it was like a joke match and he always lost. It was always like let's bring some guy back from the dead and have a match with him at WrestleMania so he can get a check and he can get himself clean. That's the Mr. McMahon matches. It's like, well, I want to fight a legend, whatever. Triple H always goes and like has these huge main event bouts without even being there for anything. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go have a match against Brock Lesnar. And everybody's like, where the hell did you come from? And Brock Lesnar too. What the F is that about? Like, he was fighting John Cena. He was in this death feud with John Cena where he just hated him so much. And then John beat him and he was like, okay, I'm going to go be an ass kicker to Triple H now. And then Triple H was like, oh yeah, let me get my briefcase together and I'll go back to Raw. Why does it work this way? And why did people who deserve to be in the main event have to get scooted out the way at SummerSlam, which is a big pay-per-view? I don't know if y'all remember back when they had separate pay-per-views, but the joint pay-per-views were Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and WrestleMania. So SummerSlam is a big deal. Like, it's not just, you know, I don't know, over the limit. Or Vengeance, yeah. Well, no, Vengeance is supposed to be a big deal because every championship is supposed to be...
But SummerSlam is not as a big deal now because they freaking have 1,000 pay-per-views.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like the main pay-per-views lost their importance. And you know why? I'm going to tell y'all why. Because the shows individually lost their importance. Raw is the show. They threw Cody Rhodes on SmackDown. Randy Orton's on SmackDown probably because he can't talk and they need to edit it between Tuesday and Friday. But SmackDown isn't nearly as important as Raw. Imagine if SmackDown had a pay-per-view. No one would watch it. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody wants to see Sheamus win again against Alberto Del Rio. So they put all the focus on Raw, which made the individual pay-per-view weaker, which made them have to join every pay-per-view, which took importance away from the big four, which to me is dumb. I like the way it used to be. I really miss when Survivor Series was important and everybody wanted to watch the Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Now it doesn't matter because Team SmackDown is on Raw every Monday night now. So what's the point? I used to love bragging rights when they were separate and then came up with bragging rights. That was so genius to me. I used to love bragging rights because I was always a SmackDown fan and Edge was on SmackDown and it was just awesome. But anyway, Edge is not on SmackDown anymore. He's not anywhere. He's with Beth Phoenix apparently. But speaking of which, where's her big ass at? Leave her where she is. It's fine. I don't know. But yeah, so Triple H went out there. He cut this promo where he might as well have just said, I don't want to be Ric Flair. He just dissed Ric Flair for like an hour straight. He's like, I want to be that guy that everyone says should just go away. And I don't want to be that guy that's just wrestling to get a check. I don't want to be that guy that can't do it anymore. I don't want to be that guy with white hair from North Carolina who works at TNA or got fired from TNA. Like, he went, I don't want my first name to be Rick and my last name to be Flair. Like, he just went on and on and on just dissing Ric Flair and Kevin Nash and, who else is another guy like that? Ric Flair, Kevin Nash. I'm sure there's other people that I can't think of right now that suck. Hulk Hogan, Brooke Hogan, these guys are all suck. So, they all suck. And, that happened. He was going on and on about how the superstars, everyone in the back room, before they go out, before their music hits, he's like, y'all don't know how everybody just hopes when they're backstage that when they walk out, somebody cares. In my mind, for some reason, I feel like I even heard him say, especially CM Punk. I don't know why. I just pictured, if anyone's back there like, God, please let them cheer. Please let them cheer. I always picture CM Punk. I don't know why. I don't know. But anyway, he just kept talking about how he doesn't know if he could be the Game. And he might retire because he wants to go out there and be something he can't be anymore because he's rich. And Stephanie McMahon is always having babies. And I don't really know what he was talking about. I couldn't really follow. But my thing is, if your career is SummerSlam, WrestleMania, and whenever you damn well please to go have a main event match, do you need to retire? What are you retiring from? Working 2 days a year? Go, Triple H. Go do whatever you do with the offices and stuff. But just make up your mind. I just hate to see people, even though I talk a lot of trash about him, he was in a match with John Cena, so it should have been the main event. It should have been the main event. Triple H and Brock Lesnar, whatever. And Brock Lesnar quit the WWE again. Brock Lesnar and Triple H quitting in the same week was amazing to me because I really don't want to see either one of them anymore. And I'm sorry to the Triple H fans. I just don't like Triple H. My cousin, Tevin James, is a huge Triple H fan. I know people that say I give Triple H a hard time, but I'm just tired of special treatment. I hate that crap. I hate that crap. And it's so blatantly obvious. I feel like being in a match. CM Punk, you worked all year. The fans clearly, for whatever reason, still like you. You go before me. I'm going to go last. And I'm not saying Triple H didn't do anything for the industry. I just wonder if he was not married to Stephanie McMahon had he been able to pop up out of the blue and have a main event at SummerSlam. I mean, he's not The Rock. I mean, who's advertising a card for a pay-per-view to make an announcement? There's no card that's like, oh, so and so is a match versus so and so. It's no DQ. Oh, it's still cage, whatever. And then it's like, also Triple H makes an announcement at a pay-per-view. I'm paying $50. I don't want to see you make an announcement. What the hell is wrong with you? So whatever, that all went down. Fine, whatever. Oh, you know, before I get to the topic of the week, I have to say something. Maria El Canellis. I talk a lot of trash on this woman, and I will continue to talk trash on her. But I noticed, or it seems like, she blocked MartiMania's Twitter page. First of all, Maria, I don't read your Twitter page, first and foremost. I only come across it, one, when people email me stuff for my show, this show here. Or when I'm on the few dirt sheets I read who follow me, by the way, and thank y'all very much, dirt sheet people. That's the only time I hear about stuff with her, with Maria. She is Lady, apparently. I Am Lady includes making out with Ric Flair and Snoop Dogg. Weird. So, yeah, so I just thought that was interesting. And, Nifty Green Shirts, I'm not even going to say his name because I don't want to give him any more popularity, apparently reads my Twitter page too, which, if y'all don't want to read it, please follow it. That would be awesome. That would get a lot more traffic. MartiMania always follows back too. So, yeah, I was talking about the Maria Kelly beef, and like 2 seconds after I posted something, he posted something about it. Whatever, it's fine. Everyone's welcome here. But anyway, the topic of the week was the John Cena movie remakes, or part 2s, the second installments of John Cena's movies, and why they keep changing the superstars out. I don't know if y'all heard, but 12 Rounds Reloaded. 12 Rounds Reloaded is going to star Randy Orton.
As a paramedic.
He's a paramedic? I didn't know that. He's a paramedic. Well, if anyone can help you when you overdose on drugs, I guess it's Randy Orton. But let me say this. If I'm ever in a car accident or something happens to me where I need a paramedic, please don't call Randy Orton. Please, Jesus. Because if I'm on a stretcher, I don't need him to punch me in the chest and then slither around on the floor. It's not going to help anybody. So, I saw 12 Rounds. 12 Rounds was the last John Cena movie I watched. I watched The Marine and I watched 12 Rounds. That was it.
That was good.
The one John Cena did? It was an okay movie. I think I liked it because it was in New Orleans. There was very few things they could have done to mess it up. However, I did not watch The Chaperone. I don't care if they shot that crap in this living room. I still was not going to watch it. Anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. This Randy Orton being the... Just the name even sounds stupid. 12 Rounds Reloaded? And it was funny because I don't know if anyone remembers, not that long ago, when John Cena cut a promo against The Rock. Do you remember this? He goes, if you saw 12 Rounds, there's not going to be a 12 Rounds 2. And if you saw the Marine 1 and 2, there's not going to be a Marine 3. Actually, Vince was like, those things sound good. Let's do that. Oh, John Cena wanted to do it? Get Randy Orton to do it. Oh, he's suspended? Well, when he gets back, we'll do it. Like, what the hell? And then The Miz is going to be in the Marine 3. Why? For what reason? Did we not learn our lesson with Ted DiBiase? Why would that happen?
Do you know that The Miz can't even act? He can only play the same part over and over again.
The Miz can't act? He can only play the same part over and over again?
Over and over again. Like, what else is he going to do?
I've never seen The Miz act or not act, so I'm going to leave.
He can be a bad guy.
I'm going to leave the thing open for him. I'm not going to judge him quite yet until he gets there. I don't know.
Maurice is not going to have a cameo?
I was just gonna say something about Maurice. I was trying to figure out what to say about her. The Miz is gonna be fighting with like dangling earrings that say House of Maurice on the bottom.
No, she's just gonna walk across the like,
yeah, they're gonna be like in a war. They're gonna be like in this huge war scene, and Maurice is just gonna strut across with one of her outfits on, with like her jewelry, with like a big ass sign that says "Visit houseofmaurice.com." Cause she just kind of puts herself in. Anyway, I loved Maurice as a wrestler. I don't like her too much as a girlfriend. Who rides off of The Miz's fame? The Miz? Really? We have to ride off The Miz's fame right now, Maurice? Come on, baby. Get back on Playboy or something, dude.
He better hope he don't fall off.
Do something. Go be on a maple syrup bottle. I don't know what Canadians do. Whatever. Well, Edge is Canadian. He's awesome. Maybe Edge should be in a. Oh, he was in a movie. I didn't see it. It was set in New Orleans too, though. The WWE sure does love New Orleans, and they should. It's an awesome city. It's an awesome state. The Saints play there, so. But I digress again. So, I was supposed to say something about Triple H. Oh, that was like way before outside interference, but I'm gonna go back to it. Triple H was talking about how all the guys look up to him and stuff, and I was just thinking to myself, didn't they walk out on you a couple years ago, or last year, when the whole walkout, no confidence? I was in the house that night, and I voted no confidence too. I tried to walk out, but I didn't want to lose my money on my ticket. So, I'm trying to think of a topic for next week. Oh, really quickly. I have to go back to SmackDown for a second because I forgot to mention this because this is going to get into next week's topic. Last Friday on SmackDown, they did a thing with the tag teams backstage where they were interviewing Kofi Kingston and R-Truth, who nobody cares about anymore, so it's time to get the belts off of them. And then my boy Darren Young came out with Titus O'Neil, and they started this back and forth thing. And then the other tag teams came up. So let's talk about tag teams next week. Who's your favorite tag team? I know Shredder Sweethearts is probably the Usos because she is in love with the Usos. I don't know. Teach his own. Tyler Rex left, so I guess Hawkins and Rex is over. Maybe him and Ryder should reunite because what the hell is Zack Ryder doing? Maybe they should have them get back together. They should, yeah. I'm going to borrow from Zack Ryder and start an internet campaign right now. Let's put Hawkins and Ryder back together. They need each other, I think, right now.
I started one yesterday so I could get my job at that other place.
You started a Zack Ryder campaign?
Yeah, how the hell not? And then
It worked for him.
My burger, so I had, riled up some fans outside.
Stupid.
Can I get cheese on my burger for free? Can't you just ask for it? No, man, come on.
No, look, I got 10 people behind me that say they want to put cheese on that burger, so put it on there. And then he gets stuff, and then the fans don't get anything. Let's rally behind Zack Ryder to get a U.S. championship. Is he gonna get free shirts? Psh, no. Okay, hashtag Zack Ryder for U.S. champ. I don't know. So anyway, that's the thing for next week. I'm gonna edit that out, clearly. My dog just busted my eardrums wide open. So, y'all, if you're in Louisiana or anywhere in the Gulf Coast, Florida, which is a lot of the wrestlers are in Florida, so all you guys in Tampa, Trent Beretta, make sure your RV is packed up nice. Is TNA based out there too in Florida? Is TNA based in Florida too?
I think so.
So yeah, if TNA is based in Florida, Dixie and Hulk, y'all pack up that cardboard box, wrap it up real nice and tight so that nothing happens to it. And everybody try to stay dry, stay safe. Everyone in the path of Hurricane Isaac.
Did you make pies?
Hopefully it's...
Did you give him a treat for that?
Yeah, I gave one earlier.
Oh.
Everyone in the path of Hurricane Isaac Mizrahi, y'all all be careful. Watch out for handbags and shoes falling from the sky. I'm kidding. It's not Isaac Mizrahi. It's just Isaac. That would be cool, though. Everybody stay safe out there, and I'll see y'all next week when we talk about tag teams. And y'all try not to step out.